It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, you guys? It's Hermela
and Matt.
Thank you so much for coming back to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, turn on your post notification bell so you're notified every time we post.
Don't want to miss nothing.
And as always, like and comment on our video, and of course follow us both on Instagram.
Yeah. So basically, we've gotten some requests from you guys about you want to know how we met and how all that happened. So
Yes.
Today, that's what we're bringing you guys. We're going to give you a little story of how everything went leading up to me asking her out. And
yeah, so like you mentioned, a lot of you guys have been asking us to make this video. We kind of been holding back a little bit, trying to build the suspense.
we just wanted to know that enough of you guys wanted to see it before we put it out for you guys. So
yeah, so we finally decided to give in and tell you guys how we met. Okay, so yeah, let's just get right to the video. Let's get right into it. I guess the first thing that we should start off is by talking about how we noticed each other.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start?
I guess.
Since you noticed me first.
I guess. So before I had ever seen Hermela, I was in a little bit of a dark spot in my life, and I was kind of a little bit depressed and stuff, but I was trying to get out of that area and get to a better place. So I had got my first camera. I started going out and going for walks around my neighborhood almost daily and just taking pictures for an hour or two every day. And one of my favorite spots, if you guys have watched enough of our videos, you would know by now, is Tim Hortons.
This video is not sponsored by them. Okay.
Unfortunately, I would love it if it was. But yeah, so basically I would go every day and be walking around, and I'd stop at Tim Hortons and grab a drink. And lucky enough for me, this beautiful girl here was working there along with her two other sisters. So yeah, pretty much I just got lucky enough that going in there every day, I kind of started seeing everyone more and more, and I noticed her, and that made me want to keep going back more and more. So it worked for me. I was drinking a lot of coffees in a day, sometimes probably too many, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, right?
So yeah, you guys, the first time I guess he noticed me, I didn't know that honestly he even liked me or anything, but I know that he was always nice, and a lot of the people that used to work with me used to say that that's the nice guy, he's so kind, yada yada yada. And then he would always come, and I would always think wow, this guy's so nice, he's such a nice person, he's so nice to everyone. Even when they give him the wrong order, he would always just take it and not complain about it. And that used to make me say wow, he's so nice, kind of like I am, And I don't know, it's my kind of person.
Yeah.
He was my kind of person, but I wasn't really trying to pursue him because I wasn't really trying to get into a relationship or thinking about getting into a relationship. But I always thought he had a really beautiful eyes. He's got this blue eyes or piercing through, and it's just so cute. But anyways, yeah, so that's when I first noticed him, when he would come. And then I used to get concerned a little bit because he would come so much that I'm like, dude, you're drinking too much coffee, something's gonna happen to you, stop drinking too much coffee. But of course, we haven't started talking back then, or I haven't really,
Yeah.
I haven't really started talking to him, so I couldn't say that to him. But at the back of my head, I will always think this guy drinks way too much coffee, and it is not healthy for him. He shouldn't be drinking too much coffee. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And do you want to tell them?
Well, yeah, it just kept coming in more and more, and eventually, I knew I liked her, and I thought she was very beautiful, and even through those like loose, baggy Tim Hortons uniforms.
They were
I could tell she had some body, so that definitely
Your
like
girl got buck.
that piqued my interest too. And yeah, I was just like, dang, you know, I gotta start talking to this girl. I'd really like to take her out sometime.
So you like my butt more?
Just your whole body, I could tell. I was like, But yeah, so I could tell she had some body, and she was beautiful and super nice. She was always really kind to me too, and even with all the other employees, I could always tell that they liked working with her, and she was always laughing and smiling, a beautiful smile. And yeah, I couldn't help but start to want to ask her out. So I remember just going by, and it was always so hard for me to build up the courage to finally ask her out. I remember I kept telling my buddy, like, yeah, I'm gonna ask her out today, I'm gonna ask her out. And I'd go and I'd get too nervous and I wouldn't be able to say something, or someone else would be in line behind me and something would be happening, so I'd be like, oh, no, I'll come back later, and I'd leave. And it just kept, like, my anxiety was so bad, and I just had like a fear of rejection, and I'm just like, oh no, well what if like she says no, and then I'm gonna make it awkward, and I come here all the time, like I still need my coffee even if she says no, what am I gonna do? That's gonna be unfortunate. So just all these thoughts going in my head, it took me a really long time to finally like build up the courage to ask her out.
Yeah, before he asked me, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but before he asked me out, he would always come, like I said, he would literally come when I'm working. It just so happens that he just comes like 5 to like 6, 10 times a day, and I'm like, that's what he used to come a lot, babe.
Like
Even the people that used to work with me used to say like, he literally just comes for you, you know that, right? And I'm like, honestly, I have no idea. And then at some point they started saying that Hermela's husband is here, and I'm like, excuse me, like I don't have a husband, what are you talking about? You know, they used to always make jokes and say like, oh, your husband is at the front, like your husband's in drive-through, yada yada yada, and it used to make me laugh. And yeah, they used to joke about that, but I guess they knew that he liked me, but I didn't know that he liked me because literally like I had no idea, I had no clue. So when I used to work there, he would come like so often, and when I don't notice him, I kind of, you know when someone is staring at you and you're like, you're turned, your back is turned, but you kind of feel that weight on your shoulder, and you're like, someone is definitely staring at me, and you turn around, and of course this guy is just like there just admiring, you know, everything. And and I used to
sound bad.
No, it's not bad.
I would glance occasionally. I'm not like some creeper or nothing. I would
No,
just
he was
stand
not. He was definitely not being a creep, because I know the difference between a creep because I've experienced it, and I know the difference between that. So that was not a creep. But I'm just saying, like, you know, when you like someone, you just don't help but just stare at them.
I've been trying to like look out the side of my eye, and then when I seen her start to turn around, I just look away quick.
Yeah,
I don't think I was always as slick
like,
as I thought.
I would turn around, I would be doing something. I would be holding a coffee cup or anything. I'm just turned around and I feel that weight on my back, and I turn around, and this guy's trying to pretend like he wasn't staring at me the whole time. He's just like, oh, like I wasn't looking at you type of thing, and it used to make me laugh. And yeah, he was just always come so often to the point where I'm just like, does he really like coffee so much that he has to come and get coffee like a lot? And I asked around, and I asked my coworkers, asked them like, when I'm not working, does he come this often? And they're like, no, he doesn't even come like this often. He would, even if he comes, he would just like come on the drive-thru, gets his coffee and leaves. When I work, he comes at the front, and he just started like,
I'd be at least stopping by like 2 times. I'd be like, when I left for my walk, that'd be the first place I stopped. And if I got lucky and she was working, I'd drink my coffee really fast while I was walking to make sure that I hit it up again on the way back.
So he would come often. I asked my coworkers, and they're like, no, he doesn't come that often when you're not working. So I was like, okay, like, he's cute. So I'm not mad that he likes me if he does like me, you know. But that was kind of like cute and funny. Anyways.
Finally, after enough time,
it took him a while, which is understandable. It's okay, you know, he was taking his time. He was trying to go back and forth with himself.
Yeah.
But go ahead and tell your side of the story.
So yeah, I finally built up the courage to ask her out, and I remember I walked in and I got my order, and I said, you know, I think you're really beautiful, and I don't know if you'd maybe like to go out sometime. And she said, oh no, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. Which I found out later was a complete lie. But she broke my heart. And yeah, I was like, well, you know, like that's not surprising that a girl as beautiful like you would have a would have a boyfriend. And I was like, okay, yeah, don't worry about it. And so I grabbed my coffee and I got out of there as quick as I could. And I know for, I think the next day or two, I don't think I went back, but I was like, you know, I need my coffee. I'm still going for these walks because I needed to clear my head every night.
Can I interrupt here?
Yeah.
So you guys, when I used to work there, even though I didn't like the environment I was working in or the people, not the people, but like, you know, just like a work staff or whatever, I don't want to get into it. Even though I didn't like that, I was always good with customers, you know. I used to always just like start a conversation, talk to them, you know, just like make their days, because that's the type of person I am, right? Anyways, before he asked me out, I was having a conversation with this family, and I was just like laughing and just joking with them and just talking to them about like a lot of things. And I noticed him parking at the front, and I noticed him, I could tell that he was literally like going back and forth with himself, and I know he was battling something, and I thought he was having a bad day, and I was just like, oh no, like I think he's having a bad day. He looks like he's sad, or he looks like something is wrong, you know, something felt weird, let's say. And so he walks in. I was in the middle of talking to those customers or those people. He walks in, he buys coffee, not coffee, he buys a bottle of water. Remember that? You got water. He got water, and he walked out, and then he sat in his car, and then he was just drinking the water and just kind of like going back and forth with himself. And I can tell there was something, you know, something was wrong. And I was just like, maybe he's trying to talk to me, or maybe, I don't know, because he didn't want to go. I could tell he's trying to talk, you know, he was trying to talk to me. So I was just like,
I got too nervous because the family was in there and they didn't leave fast enough.
Yeah, the family didn't leave fast. So what I did was, I tried to wrap it up with them, and I told them, yeah, like, I hope you guys have a great day, blah, blah, blah. I just wrapped the conversation up, and I allowed them to leave this store, and they left this store. That's when he walked in, and he literally was just really, really nervous, and I was just like, I hope he's okay, because prior to him asking me out, we have already started talking and just like having a casual conversation, just like I would with everybody else. Yeah. And so he would always tell me how his day was and stuff like that. And I don't know, a lot of people tend to used to, like, when I used to work there, a lot of customers used to like open up. I don't know, there's something like they would open up to me and tell me how their days was. I guess I would make them feel better, or I don't know, it just makes them feel good that they get to share with other people or someone. Yeah. And so maybe it was just like, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was just one of those things where he wanted to open up and talk. And so that's when I decided to just wrap up my conversation with the family and let them, you know, just have a good day, like, you know. So then he walks in, and I noticed he was super nervous, and I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. Like, he looks nervous. He usually smiles, and he's like, you know, like, type of guy. And I was just like, oh, something's wrong. Like, I hope he's okay. But I guess I will try to talk to him and see how he's doing, you know. And so yeah, I think you should start from there.
Well, like I said, I mean, I think I already went through that.
You did that. So yeah, like, how did you ask me? Oh yeah, you did. You said that. So he say like, hi again, because he was nervous. He didn't know what to say, literally. And so he said, hi, blah, blah. He was like, I was just wondering if you have, what did you say? I literally forgot what you said. You just said it.
Like I said, I think you're really beautiful, or yeah. I think you're really pretty, and like a really like kind person and whatever, and I'd really like to take you out sometime if that'd be okay.
Yeah, so that's literally exactly what he said, word by word, verbatim, exactly that way. And so I was just like, at that moment in my life, I literally was just chilling. Like, I was not trying to get into a relationship. I literally was just chilling, you know. I was just enjoying my freedom, being single, because, you know, I was just getting to know myself, because I like that gap where I wasn't seeing anybody, you know, just, you know, I was comfortable with being single. And so yeah, when he asked me that, I was not ready to get into a relationship. So he asked me out, and I was just like, oh shit, like, like, dang, like, he seems like a really good guy, but he seems so sweet and he seems so kind and he looks so handsome, but I gotta resist and I gotta say no because I'm not ready to get into a relationship. There was nothing wrong with him. I liked him, obviously. I liked him because he looked really cute, you know, he's got like this beautiful eyes. He was so nice, and he was just like, he looks so good. I don't know what else you want me to say. Anyways, but I wasn't trying to get into a relationship just so I was just trying to enjoy my freedom, okay? A girl was trying to enjoy her freedom. She was not trying to get into a relationship, all right? So I said, I'm so sorry, like, no, I'm seeing someone, because I don't want to say no to him and hurt his feeling and say, like, no, I don't want you. Like, that would be so rude. So I gotta make it seem like
I have a boyfriend.
that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to protect him from getting hurt. So I said, I have a boyfriend, like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. At that moment, I could tell that he was just so hurt, and it literally just made me so sad seeing that. But that was something I had to do because, like I said, I was just trying to enjoy my freedom of being single, being a single woman, okay?
Yeah.
And so at that moment, I could tell his face changed, and he was still so sweet, and he was still so nice, which was, you know, really nice, because I like when guys are still nice to you even after you reject them, because some guys out there be wilding out when they get rejected. And yeah, so that literally just like I said, like, some guys would literally call you names just for rejecting them. And I did not see that with them, and I did not experience that with them. And if anything, he was even more nicer after that. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know. It definitely, it hurt. I was like, oh, because then I kind of felt like, I don't know, for some reason in the back of my mind, like, I could just tell, like, I have a sense, and I could just tell. I was like, I don't think she has a boyfriend. And
yeah,
like, I don't know, like, I think something in my head too, like, I think I was just like, oh no, she probably just said that because she doesn't like me and stuff like that. I just started getting more down on myself because, like I said, I was already kind of in a dark spot, and I was just, I don't know, I was trying to, like, get out of it, but I still kept getting drawn back in. So then I was like, no, well, she probably just, like, said that because she doesn't like me and stuff like that. So that kind of put me back into a little bit of a depression, but I still kept going for my walks, and I was like, well, you know what, like, I still need my coffee. And then I started really thinking to myself, I was like, no, of course she probably does have a boyfriend, because, like, she's beautiful, obviously, like, there's no reason why she wouldn't. And I was like, well, maybe if I just keep going through there and I'm nice and whatever else, maybe if, like, for some reason one day they do break up or something, maybe I'll get lucky and she'll want to go on a date with me. So I just, like, I started, like, trying to, like, bring myself back up and, like, look on the positive side. And I kept going for my walks and kept going through and going through. And
yeah, sorry, baby, I kept interrupting.
I was waiting for.
Anyways, yeah. So, like, when I said no, I knew that was, like, painful for him. He did not like to hear that, but he was still so kind. He was still so nice. And I had a shift the next day, and I was working, and I was expecting him to show up, but he did not show up. And I was like, oh my god, like, I hope he's okay. He did not look okay that day. Like, the day before when he asked me out, he looked devastated, and he looked really sad. And I was just thinking at the back of my head, I was just like, oh my god, I hope he's okay. And, like, I really hope I didn't break his heart, because he was a really kind person that honestly, like, every single person I work with loved him. Okay? They would always say, like, your husband, or some of them would, like, know him by his name. So, like, did Matt, like, show up today? They would be, like, talking about him. And it was almost unavoidable, because people would be, like, talking about him when I used to work there, because literally every single person, like I say, loved him. And so when he didn't show up, I remember one of my coworkers coming up to me and saying, what did you do to him? And I was like, oh. So they were like, Matt didn't show up today. What did you do to him? Because he would come, like I say, like we talked about, he would come like so much, like a lot. He would literally like come like 10 times a day sometimes. But that day, no, seriously. But that day he did not come. He did not show up. There was no signs of Matt. And so my coworker came up to me. He's like, "What did you do to your husband?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Like, I don't know."
Broke his heart. He decided to skip him.
And so they came to me and they were like, "What did you do to him?" And I was just like, "I have no idea what happened. Like, he just didn't show up, and I guess he's okay." I mean, not I guess he's okay, but I hope he's okay. I truly hope he's okay, and I truly hope that I didn't hurt his feelings and I didn't break his heart, because he did not deserve it, because he was so nice, you know? But then I think it was like the third day, I was not working. You showed up, and then one of my coworkers told me that, oh, by the way, he actually did show up, and he was not coming as often, but he still showed up and he got his coffee. And I was just like, well, okay, that's good. I hope, like, I'm relieved that I'm like happy that he's okay. You know, he still showed up. Maybe he just didn't want to come because
It was
I
just
guess
awkward. I was like,
it felt awkward to him. And so I try to like avoid that as much as possible, but it was unavoidable, like I said. And he still showed up, and we still eventually continued to have like
conversations
and just like healthy conversations. Even though they were like short and sweet, they were still like something. And I could tell that he was really enjoying that, and I was also enjoying it at the same time, because obviously he wouldn't like to have a conversation with someone as handsome as he is and as kind as he is, okay? And so I was really enjoying his company, and he would come often, and yeah, that's what happened. And then we talked for like, we had like those small conversations for a few weeks. And then I finally gave in, and I finally decided that I want to try him out. Like, let me try you. Let me try you, boo. And so I remember it was on a Saturday night. I was doing an evening shift. And I remember him coming like a lot. And just when I was about to get off work, he came up. Actually, I used to get off work at like 10. He came around like 8, 9-ish. And so I was just like, I kind of went back and forth with myself, and I was just like, well, he seems like a really nice guy. Everyone loves him. Literally, like every single person that I know loves him because he was just so nice. And on top of that, he's so handsome. He's got the perfect height for me. He's got the most beautiful eyes and the most beautiful smile. What am I gonna lose? So I decided to write my phone number on a receipt. I remember that. I wrote my number on a receipt, and I left a short note in that, and I said, what did I say? I said something. Oh yeah, I said, I finally decided to give you a chance.
Yeah.
So on the top, it's got my number, and at the bottom it said, I finally decided to give you a chance. And then I folded that up, and he got his coffee or whatever, and then I literally just handed it to him as I was saying goodnight. Instantly, his pupils just dilated, you guys.
I was like, what is this? What is going on?
His pupils dilated like he's seen a ghost or something. And I was just like, yeah, like, he seemed so happy. And he was just like, his pupils just like dilated so big, like literally, like I guess I got him off guard because he was not expecting that.
No.
But his pupils just dilated, and I could tell that he was just so surprised by it. And I just like laughed, and we laughed. He walked out, but when he was walking out, he was like looking back at me and just like kind of like giving me cute looks and stuff. And I was just like, oh my god, he's so cute. Like, he's so cute. And yeah, that exact same night, he texted me. And then he was just like, just to make sure, how do you spell, or Hermela is your name, right? And then I was just like, kind of like teasing him, and I was like, oh, so you don't even know my name? And then
I asked him. No, I think yeah, you had it right the first time. Like I asked you how to spell it. I
yeah.
was like, oh, okay, so how do you spell your name again? And then she started giving me a hard time about, oh, you don't remember my name. And I was just like, no, like I just want to make sure I spell it right in my phone. Like,
I literally was
remember
giving him
your
a
name.
hard time. Like, oh, so you claim to like me, but you don't even know my name, and you can't even like remember my name.
Of course
I literally was just laughing when I was messaging him that, but of course he gave him a heart attack, and he was just like, no, like I swear, like I know your name. I just want to know how to spell it because it's not like a Western.
Not a normal name.
It's not a normal name.
It's the first time I've ever heard a name like that.
Yeah, so Hermela is like an Ethiopian name. Like you don't see a white person named Hermela, so it makes sense why he would ask me how to spell it. But
I don't know how many L's are in it or how many what's going on.
And so it's just like I'm just kidding, and then I just like told him how to spell it, and then he saved me as Hermela, and then we started talking from then on.
Yeah, and that was the start of very beautiful relationship that's lasted coming up on 4 years now.
Yes, this year it's gonna be our 4th year. But yeah, I literally was just like, that was the day I made the best decision of my life, honestly, because I'm glad that I did that, and I'm glad that I was able to give him a chance, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad that I did that, because literally my life after I started dating him has been completely different. I've been so happy.
Yeah, me too.
And it's just been amazing. It's just been so amazing.
I definitely don't think I would have got out of that dark space if that wasn't for her, so yeah.
We helped each other a lot, of course, just like any relationship should be, you should be able to help each other out when you're in a dark place, and that's what we did for each other, and we were there for each other, and we still are for each other. We will continue to be there for each other until the end of life. So yeah, that's how we met, and that's how this beautiful relationship started, and we are both just so grateful and just so happy about our decisions. Where are you going? You're gonna cry? Oh, come here, babe. Come. Baby, come here. You crying? Baby. My love. Come here, it's okay. Babe. Come. I love you so much.
So yeah.
Let's pretend like nothing happened. So yeah, you guys. Baby got a little bit emotional, and we had to interrupt.
I just got my hair cut earlier, and what happened was
and stop lying to them.
Shampoo it good enough, and my hair got in my eye, and then I just had to go get it out. So, but we're back now. And
baby, don't lie. So don't
I hope
lie.
you guys
enjoyed Stop.
our story.
So you guys, that's when the beginning of the most amazing things started, and we both have been the happiest. We both have been just, I don't know, it's just, life has been completely different for the both of us, and of course for the better.
Yeah.
And we're happy about it, and we're just finally soulmates.
Yeah.
Got together,
I've been looking for my whole life.
Yeah, I've been looking for him my whole life, and he's been looking for me his whole life, and we finally, got together and we met.
It's true, guys. All it really does take is time. A lot of the time, even when it seems hopeless, you just gotta hang in there.
Yeah, so we were both not in the best place of our lives. We're like, obviously we've dealt with people that were not healthy for us, but it's okay because you will finally meet your person, and just life will be amazing after that. You just have to be patient, and you just have to be hopeful.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys.
Hope you guys enjoyed the story of how we first met, and if you really like this story, make sure you hit that like button and comment down below that you want to see part 2, and we'll give you guys a story of our first date and how all that went.
Yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that it helped someone somehow. So yeah, like you mentioned, if you guys want to know, or if you guys want to see what happened on our first date and how it went and stuff like that, because it was, so leave us a comment down below and let us know. And yeah, that's how we met.
Yeah, make sure you keep coming back for more videos. We got quite a few out there for you guys, so if you haven't gone through and seen all of them yet, I'll make sure that there's a playlist up here, and you guys can click on that and go through and just watch some of our other videos too. Always lots of laughs and positivity, so make sure you keep coming back for more.
Yes, make sure you keep coming back for more, and yeah, I guess we'll just exit.
Take care, guys.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys, we love you guys so much.